Hello and welcome to Herman Manyora's channel. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad that you've joined us for today's political conversation. I'm obviously here with the owner, founder of this channel, Mr. Herman Manyora. How are you doing today?
Fine.
You're fine today.
Fine.
You're smiling a lot today.
Yeah, it's because I'm happy I'm alive and kicking.
Okay, today's political conversation is about the state of politics currently as it is. Since 2017, the players were aligning themselves for the presidential elections for 2022, starting with Deputy President William Ruto. He was the first one to campaign. So far, what would you say the current state is when you look at Deputy President William Ruto, Raila Odinga, and One Kenya Alliance leaders?
I think things are more or less taking shape. One would even say things are now clear. But in politics, you can't be so sure. One would have suggested that it is turning out to be Ruto versus Raila. But in politics, you hold on to that for a while.
Would you say it's a little bit too early to assume that it will be Ruto versus Raila, or it's already November, some few months to go?
An ordinary reading of this political scene will tell you it is Raila versus Ruto. But this is politics. Anything can happen. It's never over until it's over in politics.
Let's take a look at Raila and Ruto currently. Who would you say is leading when it comes to the elections for 2022? If, as the cliche goes, if the elections were held today,
Ruto
who would you
will
say?
win, for now. Ruto will win for the simple reason that he still has Mount Kenya. And the Raila team has to crack the Mount Kenya puzzle. They haven't quite cracked it. They have made very good efforts. And it's a matter of time. In another 2-3 months, the story will be different. But for now, if elections were held, Ruto would win.
He was saying that he is Tinga, and Tinga will get into the mountain before
and
the wheelbarrow.
Indications are, dalili ya mvua ni mawingu. Indications are he will crack the mountain.
Do you still hold the opinion that Raila doesn't need the mountain, he just needs to dismantle it for Ruto?
Yes. He doesn't need the votes. Yeah, he doesn't need the votes.
So as much as he's going to the mountain, he just wants people to drift away from Ruto.
Of course, in politics, a bonus, there's no bad bonus. Bonus, you welcome it. But for Raila, it is more the question of ensuring that Ruto does not peak over 80%. 75, 80, 70. And also pray for a bad turnout on the mount. If they don't have a candidate.
A bad turnout.
Again, I'm saying if they don't.
If they don't.
If they don't. It is still possible
when we started talking, you were saying that the mountain will come with the presidential candidate.
It is possible. It is possible. And that will be a shocker and a game changer. And it's only under that arrangement that you can have a 3-horse race. If the mountain people decide, and I've said as they decided in 2012, against all odds, that they are going to run. They are going to have somebody. They are going for State House.
You know, it reminded me of Moses Kuria. He was saying that all these presidential candidates as of now do not have anything to promise to Kenyans that they can deliver. And he was saying that he's supporting Martha Karua. Could she be the leader that Mountain is waiting for?
You see, talking about the country, first of all, it is true that we don't get much hope from the current candidates. Those who have a realistic chance. If you go outside those who have a realistic chance, Martha Karua will be top on the list. Martha Karua, because she will let the rule of law, she will make people answerable. And if you do that alone in this country, you will achieve economic growth and development, and the country will move forward. You jinga you see around will disappear. If you have a person who says the law will be followed, culprits will be brought to book, prosecution will be swift, just that alone, and making sure people do what they are supposed to do and are answerable. That alone will move this country very far. Mukisa too, because it has the ideas that can transform this country. But these two do not fall within the range of those who have a realistic chance. Now, Moses Kuria is also not just talking about the country. He's talking about Mount Kenya. When he says somebody who can deliver, it is for the mountain. And even there, it cannot be Martha Karua.
Not her?
No, it's not possible. Even there, she doesn't have a fighting chance. At the mountain, we are talking of Justin Muturi. we are talking of Jimmy Wanjigi, we are talking of Mwangi wa Iria. Those three. And now from my own survey, Mwangi wa Iria, and I've repeated, is the dangerous card. It was Jimmy Wanjigi was the dangerous card. But I think he has squandered his chance. Now eyes are on Mwangi wa Iria.
You know, I saw his billboard in town.
Yes.
Why are these presidential candidates who said they were going to run, why are they derailing their campaigns? Someone like Mukisa Kitui, Kivuda Kibwana, Mwangi wa Iria, we haven't seen them on the road yet.
You see, I have said, does somebody have a realistic chance? A fighting chance? Mukisa Kitui doesn't. Kivuda Kibwana doesn't.
So
No.
did they just say that for
They
show without...
They do not have a realistic chance.
Is it the funds that they don't have to go to the campaigns?
There are those who could have a chance within the matrix of the Mount Kenya politics. Somebody like Mwangi wa Iria. But he's now moving. You must now begin to monitor him. You must begin to see him. You must give him a chance. Which chance we gave Jimmy Wanjigi? And I think he squandered it. That was all. He was a dangerous card.
Why are you saying that Jimmy Wanjigi has squandered his chance?
Because she didn't go beyond mere pronouncement.
Oh.
We expect it to be accompanied by strategy, which I have not seen so far.
He has been on the road though.
No, that doesn't. The Kenyan politics doesn't work like that.
What do you think he's waiting for though? He wants to become president through the ODM party.
I don't know what Jimmy Wanjigi is waiting for, but I don't think, unless he changes strategy badly. Yeah, because, these serious presidential candidates, if they talk to serious political strategists, I want to put myself on that list. Things will be different.
Might you say that he wants to become the deputy for Baba, and that's why
I don't think so. I think
he
announces
announces...
presidency. But he's a strategist also. Maybe his eyes are more on 2027 than 2022.
Oh,
It's possible.
getting his name out there first.
Yes. Even in Mwangi wa Iria. People like Justin Muturi, I've always thought they are in the Uhuru book.
Okay, 3 months ago, I think it's 3 months ago, so Raila started his campaigns.
Yes.
And right now he seems to be holding the country and giving Ruto a run for his money. Has he met your expectations when you said that he's a machinery and he can be able to mobilize people? Has he reached the point where you thought he would be at this particular time?
There are two things about Raila. Raila the politician, Raila the man, this man Raila. I'll do a video on that. Just as I'll do one on this man, Ruto. Which will show you the powerhouse that each one of them is. So Raila the man, there's something about Raila that's you can't quite understand. Raila the man is a magnet. He's a magnet. Against all odds, he's able to assemble a team. Against all odds, he's able to get a following without much struggle. Just look at the mountain. Who would have thought 1 or 2 months ago that Raila will be received by the mountain, leave alone attract those crowds? And Raila does not spend money. He does not really oil his campaign the way other people do anywhere in the world. He does not. So I'm going to Raila number 2. So, but one thing is Raila the man. He's a magnet. He attracts. And that he has done successful. So beyond even my own expectation.
Oh.
I never expected what I saw in Nyahururu. Forget about these other places. What I saw in Nyahururu. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Everyone running to his...
Yes,
his
running, literally running to go and attend the rally. You can't buy that kind of support. But Raila, the person who is supposed to put in place an election machine, that I'm yet to see.
The election machine. By
Yes,
election machine, what would you want to see specifically that would say, now
Let
this
me
is the
explain.
Raila I know?
Let me explain, for example. I said right from 2018, even before the handshake, but more so after the handshake, that this election will be won or lost, generally speaking, on the narratives. The person with the best narrative, the best story, told by the best way people, in the best way possible, will carry the day. And that's why Ruto is giving them a hard time up now, merely on the basis of narratives.
Hustler.
But there's nothing else. What else has Ruto wrote? It's just narrative, stories. So Ruto is keeping them on their toes. They are running and panting because of Ruto's narrative. What narrative he carries. How they say something, he destroys it. That is the bit I'm here to see Raila. Because without that, let me give you a good example of explain what I mean. If you beat Ruto, and people have said this, including I saw a clip doing the rounds from Speaker Farah Maalim.
Oh.
If you steal Ruto's votes, there will be trouble in this country. Take it to the bank. Because Ruto is not Raila. But more importantly, if you beat Ruto, you must beat him square and clean. And everybody must see you have beaten him. Again, simple. To do that, you need to control the narratives. To destroy what he has built and come up with dominating narratives.
Oh.
That's the bit I'm not seeing them doing. They are not destroying Ruto in the arena of narratives.
So you're saying it's the perception that will matter come 2022?
The perception. For example, let me give you BBI. BBI was going to pass in a referendum. With a huge margin.
Oh.
And you saw an example of that in the voting that took place in Parliament. Initially, people said MCS were bribed. That's why they passed. Then the BBI bill went to Parliament. And people like Ngunjiri, Kimani Ngunjiri, from Nakuru, voted for the BBI.
Oh.
When they was, they said, you see, my people told me there were things for them inside. It was going to pass. But what legitimacy was it going to have? People would not believe it had passed.
Because
that is the issue of legitimacy.
The perception.
I was saying Kina Raila and Kina Uhuru. Even if the court had not stopped this thing, even if you had won, Kenyans will not believe you. Same for a Ruto defeat. A Ruto defeat will not be accepted by Kenyans until you create that perception, that image from now. You must show the country that we, Raila and Uhuru and the rest, have the capacity to beat Ruto badly. And then proceed to beat him. Beating him alone will not be enough. That's where Raila has, to me, not met my expectations.
You know, I've asked you this question several times. Okwa Azimio la Umoja, that's what he's going with. Should he completely do away with it?
No, it's a good idea. It's selling.
It's selling, but
it's nowhere near hustler, nowhere near bottom up. 6,000 shillings, nowhere near bottom up. You see, so he's failing. Yet he needs to create the right perspectives, perception in class, in society, in the country. Because if you don't do that, I'm just from class, so I'm talking about class. If you do not create those perceptions, if you don't dominate the narratives in the country, then it does not matter whether you beat Ruto or not. Nobody will believe you are beaten. And that's not good for them.
Because the perception is...
So that's where Raila is failing.
Okay, let me just wind up with One Kenya Alliance. I know we've talked about them a lot. They're still derailing. Last week we did this video and you said they have already confirmed that they are supporting Raila Odinga. Why are they still doing their rallies?
You know, even when something is dying, you will see the kicks. Even a hen, when it's dying, it is still kicking. These are just the kicks of a dying horse.
Sooner or later, they're going to move away.
You see, now, the option is clear for Oka. They either join Ruto or Raila. That's the... except that in politics, there are always surprises. So you must give room for the surprises. The unexpected. That's an unimaginable turn. If you operate within what is just normal and ordinary, they just have a clear choice. Go with Ruto or go with Raila.
Do you think they are not aware of what they are waiting for later in the future?
I'll tell you something in a half a second. When I was growing up, I used to see big people, I thought they were big in every respect. After growing up to a certain age and interacting with these people, I realized beyond the names you see, beyond the family background, beyond the money, most of these people are completely empty. If you sit with them and interact,
they're not aware of what they're doing.
What? That big judge, the name you see in the judge, and you tremble. If you sit with him, you will be shocked at how empty he is. That politician you see, that minister. And it's not just Kenya. It's a global thing. Things happen to people by chance. by history, by accidents. I talked this in the Moses Courier clip I did sometimes back, about 6 months ago. So when you see big people, the image you have of them is they are big people, and you think that bigness is also, there's substance in the bigness. You'll be shocked many people are just empty. Completely empty. You see Manyora here, you think because he has a name, is what you think he has inside something. When you interact with him, you find he's empty. So I will not be surprised if these people don't know what's going on. That's why regimes collapse.
Oh.
Presidents lose countries. Presidents lose re-election. When we all saw them losing and they were not seeing. You see, so look at the handshake people, for example. There are things we are seeing, and they may not be seeing them. So Ruto, there are things we are seeing, he's not seeing. Sometimes it is you are blinded by the situation, by the circumstances, by your own confidence, by the politics. But more often than not, this is informed by lack of capacity.
I remember the song called Dead Man Walking.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the situation.
Most likely.
Until we do have these conversations again, have yourself a lovely rest of your day. Make sure you subscribe, tell your friends that we're doing these political conversations, and have yourself a good day.